I've been waiting. Sunshine, why you playing? With my head on the time, you go way out of line.
Hi, it's your girl Serena. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, thank you for visiting my channel. Can you get that out for a second? Anywho, don't be scared. Come back again. I would really appreciate if you would go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you can keep updated on everything that I bring to you. And go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Comment if you like. And don't forget to share, because share is caring. And don't forget to hit the bell on your way out so you'll be notified every time I upload a video. Okay? So, today I'm giving you an update on the Ahmaud Arbery federal trial of the 3 men who were already convicted of murdering him and sentenced to life already in state court. So, they have actually went through the jury pool and picked a jury. They took the jury pool down to 64 people and then asked that down to 12 jurors and 4 alternates. But they do let us know some of the things some of these jurors that were striked said and some that they kept said. For instance, juror number 421 told the judge, the only thing I really know is that it's a high profile case and there might be a video related to it. So this juror is saying they didn't know nothing about the case and never even saw the video, which I find hard to believe. But then again, maybe not, because I honestly myself never watched the Ahmaud Arbery video until I watched the trial. I never watched the video before the trial, so I guess it could be. But I definitely hadn't known about it, heard about it, and all of that. So that part, I don't know. But anywho, juror number 422 said she had negative feelings about the McMichaels and Brian because they didn't seem to show remorse in the state trial, but insisted she could still be fair. So, yeah. They was able to find some people. So anyway, the jury was picked, and Monday she gave the jury their instructions, and she started court. One of the things the state brought up in their opening statements in the case was that if, open quote, if Ahmaud Arbery had been white, he'd have gone for a jog, checked out a cool house that was under construction, and been home in time for Sunday dinner. Instead, he ended up running for his life. The state attorney that said this name is Bernstein, and he also said that they will show evidence of comments by the McMichaels and Brian that revealed a mindset that led them to suspect an innocent black man of wrongdoing. Bernstein said that Travis McMichael once texted a friend saying he loved his job because 0 ninjas. Okay, in place of the word which y'all know what I'm talking about, I'm going to be saying ninja. Okay? All right. So, again, it said he texted a friend saying he loved his job because 0 ninjas worked for me. With me. I'm sorry. 0 ninjas worked with me. He commented online with a video of a black man lighting a firecracker stuffed in his nose. He messaged a friend saying it'd be cooler if he blew the effing ninja's head off. It says the friend that he texted this to was very shocked that he said something like that to him, whoever the friend was. They was really shocked about it. As for Greg McMichael, Bernstein said a former colleague of his will testify that McMichael responded angrily in a conversation about the 2015 death of civil rights activist Julian Bond, saying those blacks are nothing but trouble. And if you don't know who Julian Bond is, I will put a picture of him right here for you. He was very well known in the African American community and did a lot to help the African American community, and was never a criminal. So I don't understand his point on that. But anywho, moving along. Bernstein also said that just days before Arbery was shot, Brian had became upset after learning that his daughter was dating a black man. She said that Brian commented that his daughter has her a ninja now. So those were some of the things that was told in opening statements. But one of the things that was noticeably missing, and I wasn't the only one that picked up on it, they never said anything about Brian stating what he claimed he heard Travis McMichael say after he shot Ahmaud Arbery. He told the FBI agent that he heard Travis McMichael, after shooting him, say effing ninjas. So I don't know if they're going to bring that up in trial or how that's going to go, or if they're going to leave it all together, because it sounds like they got plenty of other evidence of him using such language. The defense, one of the defense attorneys, during his open statement, admitted that his client had expressed offensive and indefensible opinions about black people. But they insisted that the trio pursued Ahmaud Arbery, who was running in their neighborhood, and was prompted by honest erroneous, I believe that's the word, suspicion that he had committed crimes, not because of his race. They just really believe he committed a crime, but it had nothing to do with him being black. But I'm going to call bullshit on that, okay? Because that's what it is, bullshit. Anywho, Travis McMichael, defense attorney, she said that I'm not asking you to decide that he had done nothing wrong, but I'm going to ask you to return a verdict of not guilty to this indictment. Which I find funny. That's all she had to say. She also did later on go on to say that she's not asking anyone to like Travis McMichael, but to judge him on his actions, which I found strange, for the simple fact we already know that he's guilty of his actions. He murdered somebody, but he's convicted of this. This is not an unknown thing. So that wasn't too good to me. But they also showed the video of not the defense, I'm sorry, the state showed the video before they had their opening statements said. So after that, we moved on to testimony. So one of the first people to testify was the man who owned the home that is basically the front of his yard is where Ahmaud Arbery dropped dead at. And basically they had him testify, and he said he felt very bad for what had happened to Ahmaud Arbery. He couldn't believe something like that had happened in their neighborhood. And him and his wife have since moved out of the neighborhood, sold their home. He said it didn't feel like a home anymore. He also stated he met Ahmaud Arbery parents, that they came to his home and asked if they could leave a cross there in honor of their son, and he told them that they could. He said he just felt really sad and really bad for them and the whole thing, period. He just, but more importantly, he said he felt guilty, which, I'm not really sure why he felt guilty, but he felt guilty. The jury also is being sequestered, so basically they're not being released to go home and nothing like that. They have to actually stay at wherever they're going to keep them during this time of the trial. The judge did promise them that she don't believe the trial will be more than 12 days. So it sounds like the judge do plan on let's go, let's get it done type of situation. Albanese, which Matt Albanese, he testified in the state trial. He was the one that originally let the McMichaels know that Ahmaud Arbery was just in the house, and he also called the police. And so he was the next one to testify. He basically testified that he pointed to where he ran and he saw the truck pull out the yard and take off in that direction. And he basically says that he went into his home, back into his house. He said a little while later, he heard the gunshot. A few minutes later, he heard the gunshot. He rode his bike down the street to see what was happening. He saw Ahmaud Arbery body laying on the ground. Travis standing there bloodied up, and his father standing there also. He said he turned back around on his bike, went back home, and had a scotch, had a drink. Went on home and had a drink. Oh, I'm sorry, not a scotch, vodka. He had vodka. He also did admit that when he grabbed his cell phone to call the police, that he also slipped a handgun into the pocket of his overalls. The prosecutor asked him if he ever shouted at Arbery to stop or drew his gun or pointed it at Arbery, and he said no. He also wanted to say, "It's not my job." Open quote, end quote. That's what he said. After him, we had Richard Dial, which was an investigator for the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. He's an agent there. He also testified in the state trial. He's also the agent that William Bryan told that Travis McMichael had said effing ninja after shooting Ahmaud Arbery. So he testified in the federal trial also. And while he was testifying, they showed 3 versions of the cell phone video of the shooting. They showed the original one, a slow motion version, and a version that's zoomed in and stabilized to reduce shaky hand motion. The defense lawyer for Travis McMichael tried to object to the last version being shown. Travis McMichael lawyer, Amy Lee Copeland, she tried to object to the last video being shown where it's focused in and not shaky, but she didn't get it. The jury also saw a clip for the body camera of the first officer on the scene, which showed the McMichael standing in the road where Arbery lay after being shot. The clip shows Arbery head and right leg move. The video was shown without sound, but Agent Dial said if the sound was on, Arbery's dying gasp, the last breath he took, would have been audible. You would have been able to hear it if that was on, the sound of the video. After Agent Dial, we next had FBI agent Amy Vaughn. And she the one who went through a lot of conversations that were being had between Travis McMichael and his social media and text messages with his friends on both, and then messages from William Bryan and his friends, but they could not bring up any messages for text messages or Facebook messages for Gregory McMichael because his cell phone was encrypted. I'm gonna have to look into why he got a phone like that and how you get a phone like that. I don't know. Anyway, she said in text and Facebook conversation with friends, Travis McMichael frequently used the N-word to describe black people. In a Facebook conversation with a friend, he also shared a video of a young black boy dancing on a TV show with a racist song that included the N-word playing over it. He also said that black people ruin everything, open quote, end quote, and repeatedly said he was glad he wasn't a black person using a racial slur. So I'm pretty sure he probably said he was happy he wasn't a ninja. She also went on to say Brian also used the N-word, but his preferred slur was one that refers to a derogatory stereotype about a black person's lips. I'm not sure what that means. I'm gonna be real with you. It says over a number of years, Brian exchanged racist messages on Martin Luther King Jr. Day and messages sent in days surrounding Ahmaud Arbery's killing. Brian was clearly upset that his daughter was dating a black man. Now, one thing they did bring up for Greg McMichael was a post and a meme on Facebook in 2016 saying white Irish slaves were treated worse than any race in the U.S., but that the Irish aren't asking for handouts. So that's pretty much all of what happened the last couple of days. This do not include yesterday or today, which I will have in the next video. But that is pretty much what has happened so far since Monday when they started, and they started this Monday on the 14th, which was Valentine's Day. So they just, you know, get into the nitty gritty, but we already been through that BB witnesses. So like I say, I think the judge is really like, get in here and get out of here. She did tell the jury, who is sequestered, which means they aren't, you know, they're not able to be at home doing anything or going to work. So she did tell them that her expectation is that it would not last more than 12 days. So I will keep you updated on this video. I will keep you updated on this trial. So if you made it to the end of my video, thank you so much for caring about what's happening in my thoughts and all of that. Also, I would like to say that personally, the defense is trying to argue that yes, our clients use these racial slurs, but that doesn't mean that they particularly attacked Ahmaud Arbery because they use these racial slurs. Not only that, because they use these racial slurs, I guess you could say that doesn't make them racist. And to them I ask, what does it make them then? I want y'all to break that down for me. If someone's not racist, they don't use those type of words. If someone's not racist, they don't say or do the things that these men were doing and saying. The bottom line is they most definitely attacked this man because he was black. They most definitely shot him down and killed him like he was nothing because he was black. And now that it came out in court that William Bryan's daughter is now dating a black man, it makes so much sense now why this man, who did not know these other two men, never spoke to these other two men before in his life, didn't even know he was living on the same street with them, according to them, saw a black man running, a truck following behind him, and chose to jump in his truck and join in on the chasing down with vehicles. Explains so much. It explains so much. Because that's one thing I never could wrap my head around, is how you see this happening and just assume the man actually did something, instead of assuming maybe he needed help. But now it makes sense. Completely. And that's all I have to say about that so far. But I don't believe they was the only ones that was racist in that neighborhood neither. And I think it showed in the state trial when some of them neighbors took the stand in their defense. Because none of them have ever seen that man do anything wrong, but they all decided he was a criminal. Every one of them almost. It was ridiculous. Anywho, that's it for now. So thanks again. If you made it to the end of my video, please do not forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, and please do not forget to hit that notification bell on your way out to be made aware every time I upload a video. I would really, really appreciate that so much. Please enjoy your evenings.
I swear.